Hey guys, welcome to my review for Naruto Part 1. Now this video won't be like my normal full series reviews because this is not a full series. I'm just mainly covering the first 27 volumes of Naruto. So mainly I'm just going to be going through the story, talking about the arcs that happened in Part 1 and basically giving you my impressions on it. Now to set things straight, I first have to say that I hold literally no nostalgic bias toward Naruto. As many of you know, for a lot of people this series is very special to them because people grew up with Naruto the same way people grew up with, Star Wars or Pokemon or The Legend of Zelda. And this series came out right when anime and manga was getting really popular and it just exploded and everyone was into it, except for me, to be honest. Like, it used to come on TV and I never watched it for some reason. And I don't know why, because reading it now, I think I probably would have loved it back then. But oftentimes, when you like something as a kid, you hold it to very high standards for the rest of your life. But sometimes you may hold something to very high standards, and as you grow older, you may be oblivious to realizing that what you liked isn't actually all that great. So yeah, this is going to be a completely unbiased video from someone who just started reading Naruto when they were 17 and 2 months ago. And I was just screwing with you, by the way, to make you think I hated the series. I actually love it. There's something about this series that just makes it so enjoyable to read. It's really great just, binge reading Naruto. It was a really, really fun time. I really like the introduction to the series. We get all the characters, Naruto and Sakura and Sasuke and Kakashi. Kakashi has to be my favorite character thus far. He is pretty awesome. He's a really, really cool character. He's such a great teacher. He'll be teaching the students and at the same time reading some, erotic novel. He's pretty awesome. Now the first arc where they have the battle on the bridge was pretty sick. You got this guy Zabuza, and now it's actually been a while since I've read this part, so I don't remember all the details, but he was a really, really awesome character. We started off, he was kind of evil, but then he, redeemed himself near the end. He had motivations, and even though he dies, he has such a badass death. People be stabbing him all over the place, and he just runs up to that dude, cuts his head off, yes. I wanted to look up this scene in the anime, but I unfortunately found out a lot of the really violent parts in this battle have been censored, and I think all he ends up doing is pushing him off the bridge or something. I understand why they did that, but it would have been kind of nice to see the animation of his head, just coming off, because, what a douchebag. So then we get the Chunin exams, which were pretty cool. They're basically the Hunter exams, though. I've actually heard that a lot of people compare Naruto to Hunter x Hunter, saying that it ripped off a lot of its ideas. Now I do think the part of the Chunin exam where they're in the woods and they have to basically collect everyone's scrolls to pass, that was very, very similar to Hunter x Hunter, although it wasn't very long, and I can kind of forgive it because I still enjoyed it. So I don't know whether or not Kishimoto actually got this idea from Hunter x Hunter, but if you are going to rip off something, then at least make it good, and it was pretty cool. Then we have the tournament stuff. Now I'm not going to say this ripped off Hunter x Hunter because pretty much every shonen battle manga has a tournament. Not everyone, but when you just think about how many shonen battle manga have, battle tournaments, it's a pretty big number. I always love tournaments like this in manga because, it puts your favorite characters against each other, some friends and some foes and a whole bunch of people. There are some people who are always, super aggressive and just want to murder everyone. And then, of course, you have the people like Shikamaru who don't want to fight at all because they just don't give a crap. And then, of course, there was a huge plot twist and, the bad guys were behind it the whole time. Orochimaru, this dude is evil. He's after Sasuke. He wants his body, and he's yeah, we're gonna attack all your villages and kill everyone. And he kills the third Hokage. Now that was pretty sad. When the third Hokage got introduced, though, he's pretty old, and I kind of figured he would be dying. It did kind of suck, though, how with his dying breath he tried to take Orochimaru with him, and it didn't really work, but hey, he injured him, so, his death wasn't a total loss, I guess. Now, I'll stop talking about the plot for a second and, talk about some of the other things I love. One of the best things about this series for me is the ninja powers and the fight scenes, because they are awesome. What I love about certain shonen battle manga and the powers that they introduce are that you never really know what to expect. Like, all these characters have completely different powers, and when you are introduced to a new character, you're always excited to see what type of powers they have. I mean, you have people who can control their shadows, people who can control sand, and people who can control beetles. There's this one dude who can like shoot his bones out of his fingers. That was pretty disgusting. And I really like how they explained how all this works with, you know, your chakra and your energy and all that crazy stuff. It made a lot of sense to me, and I found it really interesting learning about how these ninjas use their powers. So after the Chunin exams and all that crap goes down with Orochimaru and Gaara, who turns into this giant monster dude, Naruto starts training with Jiraiya, who teaches him all these crazy techniques like walking on water like Jesus and how to use the Rasengan. And then to finish off part 1, Sasuke gets kidnapped, or supposedly he kind of just goes off with them, and they form a team and they try to save him. There's a bunch of awesome fights. Naruto and Sasuke have a crazy fight where there really is no winner. However, Sasuke does get away. They cannot find him, and now Naruto is going off to train for 2 years with Jiraiya. So I haven't really talked about the characters yet. I said Kakashi was my favorite character. He's pretty awesome. In volume 27, we do get his backstory, find out a whole bunch of stuff. We learn how he got his eye, and how Obito, one of the members of Sasuke's clan, ends up dying. That was pretty dark, to be honest. Him just getting crushed by a boulder like that. That really sucks for him. I thought Jiraiya was a pretty cool character. I mean, he's kind of the cliched old pervert, but also super wise ninja dude who's like in everything. But hey, he was still pretty cool. And also, I had to say, out of all of the children characters, Shikamaru is probably my favorite. Just how he treats things. He's like, yeah, whatever. And I love how he ends up becoming a Chunin after the exams. I thought that was really great, just because he's the only person who actually just forfeited his match because he doesn't care. But because of just how he went about the situation while he was in his match, it basically made them up his rank. Now, I've been praising the series of the High Heavens, but to be perfectly honest, the rest of the characters, I mean, Naruto, he's high-spirited, he has a ton of energy, he's super positive all the time, even though he had a crappy childhood. He's a little annoying, and I don't hate Naruto. I think he's a pretty cool guy, but he's just not one of my favorite protagonists I've ever seen. We also have Sakura. A lot of people say Sakura is useless. They are kind of right. Hopefully Sakura ends up having like some crazy badass battles in part 2, but I'm not holding my breath for that. And then we have Sasuke. What a douchebag. Like, seriously. What the crap, Sasuke? Oh, I gotta kill my brother. Oh, all my friends. Oh, I gotta kill my best friend. Oh, I'm gonna go off with Orochimaru. Oh. Yeah, this dude's kind of a dickhead. Hopefully he redeems himself, because the end of part 1, like, yeah, what a douche. Now, I found Gaara's character to be very interesting, just because, at the beginning he's like, I will kill everyone, and then, as time goes on, he ends up helping their mission to get Sasuke back, and now he was apparently ordered to do this, but I don't get his motivations. So yeah, I'm very, very interested to be seeing more of him in part 2. And I haven't talked about the art yet. I think it's really good. It's not like, the best thing ever. Out of the big 3, I had to say Bleach has my favorite art, but I mean, art is very subjective, and pretty much everyone has different opinions on it. So those are my thoughts, and as it stands right now, I really like Naruto. I think it has a pretty good plot, and it has some really, really cool fight scenes, and a lot of badass characters. That being said, though, I do not think it is the most amazing thing I've ever read. As of right now, it's my least favorite of the big 3, although I have only read 21 volumes of Bleach. And I would recommend Bleach and One Piece over Naruto, but Naruto was still pretty awesome. You've probably already read it or watched the anime, but yeah, I would definitely recommend it. Now, chances are I won't be making another Naruto review until I complete the series. They have another box set out, and then a third box set coming out in January. I will eventually get those. They are expensive, though. The prices for the box sets have been a bit wacky lately, going up and down, so hopefully I will be able to snag them for a good price. And if you are interested when I'm going to be making another video like this, I will soon have a review out for the Punk Hazard arc in One Piece. Finally! It's been way too long since I've made a One Piece video. So with that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.